Detective Aaron Mills had seen gruesome murders before, but this one was different. The call came just after dawn on an abandoned construction site on the outskirts of Chicago. A jogger had stumbled upon the body of a young woman, neatly laid out in a shallow ditch. Her face was pale, frozen in a silent scream. There were no signs of sexual assault, no robbery, no obvious motive. But when the coroner arrived, a chilling detail emerged. The woman's left femur bone was missing, cleanly removed. No jagged edges, no hurried cuts. Whoever did this had precision. Aaron stood silently, listening to the soft hum of city life. Beyond the crime tape, something about the scene gnawed at him, almost ceremonial, like the killer wanted this body to be found. Then, his eyes fell on a small piece of paper tucked into the victim's clenched hand. The note read, "1 down, 31 to go. The collection begins." Aaron felt the weight of those words settle in his gut. This wasn't random. This was planned. A game, or worse, a mission. The killer had a purpose, and this was only the beginning. As Aaron looked at the missing bone in the coroner's tray, one thought consumed him. What kind of person collects bones? 2 days later, another body surfaced. This time in Milwaukee, 90 miles from Chicago. Same ritualistic layout, same pristine removal, except now it was the right radius bone missing. And in the hand, another note. 2 down, 32 go. Aaron and his partner, Detective Sarah Vance, stared at the photos spread across their desk. The killer was on the move, crossing state lines with ease. Sarah tapped the second note. 30 bones. That's the human skeleton count minus the skull. He's building something. Aaron swallowed hard. Or someone. Forensics revealed surgical precision cuts only a trained professional could make. Maybe a doctor, a mortician, or an obsessive collector. Aaron requested data on anyone buying large bone preservation chemicals. Nothing yet. Then came the twist. A cryptic forum post surfaced on the dark web, under the username BoneCollector32. The message read, "When my oath is fulfilled, the world will understand perfection." Aaron scrolled further, and froze. Attached was an image, a blueprint of a full skeleton, with 32 bones highlighted in crimson. A digital countdown blinked to 30 seconds complete. The bone collector wasn't just killing, he was keeping score. By the end of the week, victim 3 appeared in Detroit, then another in Cleveland. Each from different backgrounds: teacher, truck driver, college student. No common link, except the missing bones. Aaron pinned the map with red markers, tracing a line. "He's moving east," Sarah said, almost like a pilgrimage. The latest note chilled them both. 4 down, 28 to go. The frame will stand. Forensic linguists suggested a ceremonial undertone frame, meaning skeleton, or something larger. Sarah checked with Interpol. A similar MO appeared 9 years ago in Eastern Europe, unsolved. That killer vanished after 5 victims. Could it be the same man resurfacing in the U.S.? Aaron didn't sleep that night. He dug deeper and stumbled upon something disturbing: an academic paper titled "The Perfect Form: Anatomical Integrity in Death," authored by Dr. Malcolm Rees, a brilliant anatomist who vanished 7 years ago, after being fired for conducting illegal human experiments. "Aaron," whispered Rees, "is this you?" 2 weeks in, the bone collector had claimed 6 lives across 5 states. Every victim carefully chosen, every scene a grotesque display of precision. The missing bones now formed a pattern: one from the arm, one from the leg, one from the spine. Aaron's team realized he wasn't collecting randomly, he was building something in a specific sequence. Sarah slammed a report on the table. "He's removing load-bearing bones first, like assembling a skeleton from the ground up." Aaron nodded grimly. This isn't just art to him, it's an oath. They traced the dark web forum posts. Each note became more unhinged. 6 down, 26 to go. "Soon, it will breathe." "Breathe," Sarah muttered. The implication sent chills down her spine. Then came the breakthrough: a fingerprint, partial lifted from duct tape near victim 5. It matched an old file. Dr. Malcolm Rees, former professor of anatomy, presumed dead after his research lab burned down. But Aaron knew better. Rees didn't die. He went underground. And now he was resurfacing with a purpose that defied comprehension. Aaron whispered into the silence. "He's not just making a skeleton, he's trying to bring it to life." The task force was in chaos. Aaron cleared the board and pinned each missing bone next to its victim. It formed a chilling visual, a nearly complete human skeleton blueprint. At this pace, Rees would need 26 more victims. Aaron studied Rees's old lectures, most on human structural integrity and the immortality of the skeletal frame. He had written about creating a perfect human beyond flesh, claiming bones were the eternal foundation of being. While Aaron dove deeper, Sarah traced Rees's financials. Nothing for years until recently. A string of cash transactions linked to a medical supply dealer. Someone was buying industrial-grade preservatives and rare cutting instruments. The killer was preparing for long-term storage. A new post appeared on the forum. "The structure awakens in silence. When the 32nd bone rests, the oath is fulfilled." Aaron clenched his fists. He's not just collecting bones, he's building his masterpiece. Then, Sarah's phone buzzed. Another body, this time in Philadelphia, missing the sternum. Aaron stared at the crime photo. For the first time in years, he felt fear not for himself, but for what Reese might unleash when he finished. The Philadelphia victim marked the 10th kill. The case was national news now. Talk shows dubbed him the Bone Collector. Panic spread, but Reese seemed to relish the spotlight, posting cryptic poems after each kill. 10 bones for the altar, 22 to breathe. Aaron questioned whether Reese was working alone. The speed of the killings suggested help an accomplice, or a network. Sarah ran through IP traces from the forum masked behind layers of proxies, but a tiny slip gave them a lead. A coffee shop in Pittsburgh. Surveillance showed a man in a hood, typing furiously on a laptop before leaving. The camera caught a glimpse of a gaunt face, eyes hollow, but alive. Reese. Aaron whispered, "We're close." Before they could act, another body surfaced in Sonia this time, missing the pelvis bone, and a shocking twist. 2 sets of fingerprints were found. Someone else was involved. Aaron stared at the prints. He's teaching someone. Sarah froze. What if the oath isn't just his? What if it's a cult? Digging into Reese's past, Aaron uncovered his obsession with ancient resurrection rituals. His writings referenced the Oath of Ossium, a belief that binding bones in sacred order could create an immortal vessel. Bones as keys, Sarah murmured, and he's the locksmith. Then came a chilling discovery. Reese had lectured extensively in medical forums years ago. His followers idolized him, calling him the architect of purity. Some posts even hinted at private gatherings discussing the skeletal covenant. The accomplice theory was now fact. They weren't chasing one man, they were hunting a movement. A fresh note arrived hand-delivered to Aaron's precinct. 11 down, 21 remain. Your clock runs out when mine begins. Enclosed was a bone shard engraved with Aaron's initials. Sarah whispered, "He's taunting you." Aaron's hands trembled. Reese wasn't just building a skeleton, he was dismantling Aaron's sanity. Using the IP lead, Aaron's team traced Reese to an abandoned funeral home outside Pittsburgh. The air smelled of chemicals and decay. Inside, dozens of skeletal fragments, lined metal tables, each labeled, preserved. Arranged like a macabre puzzle. In the center stood a half-complete skeleton mounted on steel rods, missing only the pieces Reese was still collecting. Aaron's stomach churned. He's close to finishing. A rustle upstairs. Footsteps. Then, a voice calm, almost melodic. "You've come far, detective. Care to see perfection?" Reese emerged from the shadows, gaunt and ghostly, holding a bone saw. His eyes gleamed with fanatic devotion. Aaron raised his gun. "Drop it." Reese smiled. "You can't stop what's already eternal." Before Aaron could fire, a hidden door slammed. Reese vanished into the maze of corridors, leaving behind a single note: "You chase death, I create life." And just like that, he was gone. 3 more bodies in 48 hours. Reese was accelerating, desperate to finish before the net closed. Each victim closer to Pittsburgh, like breadcrumbs leading home. Aaron barely slept. His board now showed 29 bones collected, only 3 left. Then the nightmare escalated. Reese hacked the police radio, broadcasting his voice. "Aaron, the final piece is you." Sarah's eyes widened. "He doesn't just want your initials. He wants your bones." Aaron loaded his gun, then let him try. A tip came in: an abandoned steel mill on the riverfront. The perfect place for Reese's awakening. The steel mill was a cathedral of shadows. Chains clinked as Aaron and Sarah moved in, weapons drawn. The stench of decay was suffocating. Then they saw it, the complete skeleton, standing upright, wired with surgical precision. Around it, candles flickered, blood-smeared symbols on the floor. Reese stepped forward, calm as ever. "Behold, eternity." Detective Aaron shouted. "It's over." Reese laughed. "Over? No. It begins when this vessel breathes." He reached for a vial of crimson fluid, some grotesque attempt at resurrection. A single gunshot shattered the silence. Reese collapsed, smiling even as life drained from his eyes. "Too late," he whispered. Sarah rushed to the skeleton. "What did he do?" Aaron stared as the candle flames trembled, and for a heartbeat it looked like the skull turned toward them. The case closed, or so they thought, until 3 months later, a note arrived on Aaron's desk. "The oath never dies. 32 will rise."